Why do so many older adults wake up at 3 a.m.? Here's the beautiful, hopeful truth. Hello, my dear friend. Have you ever found yourself awake at 3 a.m., lying there in the dark, wondering why you can't fall back asleep? Maybe you shift under the covers, glance at the clock, and think, why is this happening? Is something wrong with me? Let me tell you right now, you are not alone, and you are not broken. In fact, waking up in the middle of the night is something many older adults experience. And today, we're going to explore 5 powerful reasons why this happens. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what's going on, but you'll hopefully feel more peaceful, more hopeful, and more compassionate toward yourself. Because these reasons don't mean your body is failing. They reveal how beautifully your body and mind are still working, still adapting, and still growing, even as you age. So, take a deep breath, settle in, and let's walk through this together. This is your time, a moment just for you. Reason 1, lower melatonin levels. And that's a natural part of aging. One of the clearest reasons older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is the body's natural decline in melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that helps regulate our sleep-wake cycle. It's like the conductor of our internal clock, gently guiding us into deep rest. When you were younger, your body produced a strong, steady supply of melatonin each night, helping you stay asleep all the way until morning. But as you age, melatonin production naturally decreases. By the early morning hours, 2, 3, or 4 a.m., the levels may simply dip too low to keep you in a deep, restful sleep. This doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's just your body changing with time, adjusting to a new phase of life. What can make this even trickier is the environment around you. Even small sources of light, a glowing alarm clock, a hallway light, or a street lamp outside the window, can further suppress melatonin. And as we age, our bodies often become more sensitive to these environmental triggers. Let's take the example of Harold, 72. He always considered himself a good sleeper. But lately, he's been waking up at 3:15 a.m., fully alert. At first, he worried something was wrong. Maybe stress, maybe insomnia. But once he understood that his body's melatonin levels had simply shifted, he stopped blaming himself. Instead, Harold started adjusting his evening routine, keeping his bedroom darker, avoiding screens an hour before bed, and taking a calming evening walk. These small steps signaled to his body that it was still night. And while he still wakes up early sometimes, he's learned to work with his body, not against it. That's the magic of understanding. It turns frustration into compassion and opens the door to small, loving changes. Reason 2, a shifted sleep cycle, the advanced sleep phase. Another major reason many older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is due to a shift in the body's internal clock, a change known as the advanced sleep phase. As we age, our circadian rhythms, the natural cycles that tell us when to sleep and when to wake, start to move forward. This means we may start feeling sleepy earlier in the evening and, as a result, wake up earlier in the morning. You might notice yourself drifting off during an evening movie or waking up at dawn without an alarm. This shift is biological. It's not just about habits or willpower. In younger years, the body's rhythms often line up with later bedtimes and later wake-ups. But as we age, the whole cycle gently resets, moving earlier and earlier. So even if you're in bed by 9 p.m., by the time 3 or 4 a.m. arrives, your body may feel like it's already had its full night of rest. Let's look at Charles, 68, who recently retired. He often eats dinner around 5:30 p.m., relaxes for a bit, and heads to bed by 9 p.m. And sure enough, by 3 a.m., he's wide awake. At first, Charles worried he had insomnia, but once he learned about the advanced sleep phase, he realized his body wasn't broken. It was simply on a new schedule. Charles started making small changes. Reading a book with warm light in the evening, calling his daughter for a quick chat before bed, or taking a gentle walk after dinner. These little shifts stretched his sleep window later, helping his wake-up time align more closely with his daily routine. The truth is, this natural change happens to many older adults. But because it's rarely talked about, people often assume it's a problem. Once you understand it, you can approach your nights with patience and kindness. Reason 3. Physical discomfort or health-related wake-ups. Another common reason you might find yourself awake at 3 a.m. has to do with your body's physical needs. Small discomforts or health-related interruptions that tend to appear in the quiet of the night. As we age, the chances of dealing with chronic conditions like arthritis, acid reflux, or bladder changes increase. And many of these conditions quietly disrupt sleep. You might not notice the discomfort when you first fall asleep, but after several hours, your body may signal that it needs attention. Maybe it's a sore hip from lying still, a sudden muscle cramp, or the urge to use the bathroom. For many older men, for example, an aging bladder leads to more frequent nighttime trips. Let's take Eleanor, 76. For years, she was a light sleeper. But recently, she's been waking consistently at 3:30 a.m. After months of frustration, she spoke to her doctor, and they discovered that one of her medications was affecting her hydration, increasing her nighttime wake-ups. By adjusting the timing of her dosage and adding a few simple evening habits, Eleanor now wakes up less often and falls back asleep more easily when she does. Remember this, your body is not failing you. These wake-ups are signs that your body is doing its job, responding, adjusting, protecting you. By paying attention to these signals, you can make small, thoughtful changes that support your health and help you rest better. Reason 4. Daily habits that quietly shift your sleep rhythm. Sometimes, the reason you're awake at 3 a.m. isn't just about biology. It's about the small, daily routines that shape your internal clock. Many older adults naturally begin eating dinner earlier, winding down sooner, and spending quieter evenings. Over time, these subtle shifts tell your body that the night should begin earlier, which means the wake-up time moves earlier too. Without the external cues of a busy workday or packed schedule, your body may start operating on its own, earlier rhythm. Walter, 74, recently retired and found himself having dinner at 5 p.m., relaxing on the couch, and heading to bed before 9 p.m. Before long, he was waking up at 3 a.m., puzzled by why he was so alert before sunrise. After reflecting on his routine, Walter made gentle adjustments, adding an afternoon walk, reading in brighter light during the evening, and avoiding naps after dinner. These small shifts helped push his sleep window later, bringing his wake-up time closer to morning. The key takeaway here is that our bodies crave rhythm. When that rhythm drifts forward, we can lovingly guide it back by noticing our habits and making small, intentional changes. Reason 5. Emotional and reflective restlessness. Finally, sometimes waking up at 3 a.m. has little to do with the body and everything to do with the heart and mind. In the stillness of the night, when there are no distractions, old memories, feelings, or longings can rise to the surface. It's not always anxiety or fear. Sometimes it's simply your heart asking to be heard. Gloria, 80, shared that she often wakes up at night thinking about her late husband or her children who live far away. During the day, she keeps busy with gardening, family calls, and her favorite shows. But at night, the quiet brings space for reflection. Instead of seeing these moments as problems, Gloria began keeping a journal by her bed, writing down a few honest thoughts when they came up. She also added calming evening rituals, like soft music or prayer. These gentle acts of reflection gave her emotions a place to land, and her nights became softer, less restless. Here's the beautiful truth. You carry a lifetime of wisdom, memories, and love. Sometimes, the early morning hours are your heart's quiet way of inviting you to acknowledge that richness. As we wrap up this video, I want to leave you with this. If you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m., please know that it's not a sign of weakness or failure. It's a sign that your body and mind are still working, still adapting, still alive with change. Whether it's shifting hormones, a changing sleep phase, physical needs, daily habits, or quiet emotional stirrings, each reason is a reminder of how beautifully human you are. Rather than resenting these moments, I invite you to meet them with gentleness, patience, and love. With understanding comes strength, and with strength comes the freedom to make small, meaningful changes that support your well-being. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned or one change you're inspired to try. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your presence here means the world, and I'm so grateful we get to walk this journey together. Remember, you are important, you are strong, and you are so deeply valued. Take good care, my friend, and I'll see you again very soon.